April Fools.
Gotcha.
Hi guys. I hope your day is going well. Our days are going really, really well and fast. Um, and we're just gonna dive right into it because Molly had a really rough start to her day.
hmm I went to get coffee this afternoon at like 3 p.m. and I saw a man wearing a really wrinkly shirt. It was really wrinkly. Like the first thing I noticed about him was his wrinkly ass shirt. That's it.
It ruined her day.
It
Um,
pissed me off because
and if you're out there, at least leave it in the bathroom while you shower, you know?
I'm like, doesn't he, bro didn't even steam it. Nothing.
Yeah.
He pulled it out of the bottom of his dirty clothes hamper.
Mhm.
Disgusting. Didn't even iron
There
it.
was a skid mark in the back. Would you break up with somebody if you found a skid mark in their white underpants? Okay.
Yes.
I think I would just be like, "Hey, like what happened? Like was it like serious emergency?" Um they get two strikes. I'm sorry. You wouldn't give me
You're,
any strike.
you're a grown man. Wipe
Ew,
your
it's a
ass.
man. What if it's a woman?
No,
Why
no.
is that kind of worse?
Yeah.
Unless it's a thong. Thongs are crazy, guys. Like
That's
thong.
true. I have one on right now.
Oh my
Up
God,
my
me too.
butt.
I have a string up my butt right now, and I pooped this morning. Oh, sorry. Molly's eating. She's eating my. Wait, show them. It looks just like my poop this morning. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I don't
Um,
even.
oh. Spring is here, and you're pissed.
hmm Not you.
Okay. We broke up. April Fools. But something about spring. Should we talk about what's in for spring?
hmm
In different colored shoes, but in a classy way.
Yeah. In a complimentary way. Not
Yes,
like I'm an idiot and I don't know which shoe I'm wearing.
in an inverted way. I'm also imagining little like Mary Janes,
Yeah.
black and white.
Two shoes that are the same vibe. They can be
Hmm.
different like brands, I suppose, but same like shape and color.
Hmm.
They're
Converse
literally
work.
different. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, yeah,
hmm
different colored socks. So that's in. Out, mosquitoes. They're out. They're out on the town.
Oh, they're out and about.
In. Are cigarettes in? We'll put a pin in that.
We don't endorse that.
Yeah, we'll just pose the question.
hmm
Out, having a boyfriend. I'm sorry.
In having two boyfriends that are also
Yay!
friends with each other.
And they kiss.
One is blonde, one is brunette.
Mm,
That's the way it goes. You have to. You can't
I
have two
don't want.
brunette boyfriends.
I'm gonna neglect my blonde boyfriend. He's
But
not gonna get fed.
the blonde one is like hotter than the brunette one.
When has that ever happened? Sorry, I guess we should divulge that we have kind of different types.
I'm not into blondes. You think I'm into blondes?
So if you think they're hot,
I think a hot blonde man is hotter than a hot brunette man. But I think
and
a medium blonde man is uglier than a medium brunette man.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
You like Ross Lynch better with blonde hair though,
hmm
and I don't, so I think that says enough. I like his brother. and Molly doesn't. Yeah. Wait, that's how we should end it. Like, spit at the camera. Sorry.
I'm not doing that.
Okay, I will.
Okay.
I got enough.
What was we
And
had a thing that we were doing.
ins and outs. I think we finished that.
I think we finished that too. What was the thing that we were going to talk about?
Would we be friends as boys or conversationalists? We'll do the boys first.
Hmm.
The answer is yes, but it would be a completely different friendship,
Yes. I don't know. I feel like as boys, would we even have crossed paths?
right? I was just thinking that would we hang in the same circles? I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
so. And if we were boys, are we slutty boys? I think it's like it would be way easier to be a slut as a boy.
Hmm.
Would we be, do we have our brains though, and just different environmental factors?
Well, that's the thing. Would our brains be the same? Like even if we were born with the same brain, if we were
Mm,
raised as boy
completely different
mindsets, completely
neural pathways. Yeah. No.
just like situationally.
But like predisposition to mental illness would be the same. Would we be gay?
No.
So being gay is a choice.
I think
See,
if I were a man,
I think it's like comes down to openness, which kind of sounds crazy, but I don't know if being gay is like biological, but or environmental or both. I think I'd be a bisexual.
I don't know. I don't
I'm not
know.
attracted to men enough. I don't know, man.
That's what I'm thinking. Like I don't if I was if I was a boy and raised to be straight, I'd be like, all right,
Yeah, like
no need to
yeah,
fix it. Like
I
if it's
love women.
broken, don't fix it, you know? Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I got everything I need right here.
exactly. So
I
I don't know.
yeah. I think I'd be kind of buff. I think you'd be a little more twinky. Sorry.
I yeah.
You'd be a gym bro too?
I wouldn't be a gym bro. I'd be like a rock climber.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah.
Do you think I'd be do you think I'd be in a band? Do you think I'd play the bass?
No. The bass is for
Yeah.
girls.
Okay.
Male bass players, female bass players, in. Male bass players out.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm satisfied with that. Would
Mhm.
you be my friend if I was ugly?
No.
Okay. I'll allow this. I think I think I would still be your friend
That would never happen to me.
if you were ugly. Being ugly.
Hmm. I just,
But I would still like your brain. Molly only likes my body being used.
um,
Long distance use.
I don't know. I feel that's complicated. I feel like I don't have any ugly friends.
I don't either. That's
But
why it's hard. It's like which direction? It's a directionality problem. Do we not have ugly friends because we hate ugly people? Or do ugly people hate us?
not to say that ugly people usually just hate me, because I think I'm really chill. I think I'm the coolest.
Yeah, she is.
I'm sympathetic towards ugly people, for sure.
Yeah. But
They still
if
hate
you were an
me.
ugly, I feel like they might be intimidated to talk to you because they don't know you're cool yet.
That's why they hate me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was friends
So,
with a girl in high school.
Erica, it's funny because she's gorgeous.
It's funny. She's really, really pretty.
Yeah.
Um, no, I mustn't say her name. But she was actually talking shit about my friends because they were being like, not my friends. It was just people that I knew, people that I
Hmm.
kind of associated with. And I was like, she was like, they're so mean to me. And I'm like, oh, like I'm totally like, I totally know those people. And
Hmm.
she was like, oh, not you. You're so nice. And I was like,
So you're kind of like a spokesperson. You bridged the baddie, ugly gap by being chill. She hated that. She doesn't want that role.
I don't think I was an advocate of any way. I think I was just, it was assigned seat.
People want to be your friend.
I'm just really charming and charismatic, and I am great at seeing where you're coming from.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
We can put ourselves in your shoes.
Hmm.
But we carry wipes to wipe our feet off
But I
afterwards.
would never wear those.
That's hilarious. Anyway, um, I'm not a shoulder to cry on. It ain't me, babe. It ain't me. I just know, I don't know.
Are we segueing into dramatic people?
I
Because
guess.
I am a problem solution kind of gal. Do not come to me with a problem and you're just wanting sympathy. Because most of the time, when people want sympathy, it's because they created their own problem and they are totally within the power to fix it. They just don't because they like to sit there and be like,
Well, it's also a little bit of learned helplessness. They're like, ah, and then like self-pity spiral. But
this is
I kind of go the opposite way.
the yoga pose for the womb, and it's
Ooh.
supposed to mean like fertility and femininity. And it's supposed to like, I don't know, you're supposed to do it. And it's supposed to be like nice. I learned that yesterday.
It's supposed to be nice for who? Your womb?
Yourself.
Of your loins?
Well, God, well, men can do it.
Hail Mary,
MGK pulled
full
up.
of
He was like,
grace with
that was
thee.
his pose.
Blessed art thou.
And I was like, all right, dude.
This
Because
is the
it's not explicitly like natal
vaginal. Oh,
fertility. It means like
okay.
quality of life sort of thing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Hmm.
Because life stems from woman, but
Hmm.
you bitches are jealous. You know, there's like accounts on Instagram and it's like they have like 100,000 followers, but they just post a bunch of videos of like a bunch of different hot girls on TikTok. They just steal their content and then pretend to be them. I
Yeah.
think that's an important thing to note. Like, you guys want to be a girl so bad. You want to post a thirst trap so bad. You want to shake your ass so bad. But when a girl does it, you're like, well, look at little Miss Thadiana.
It's actually so interesting that you bring this up because you're completely right. Men are so jealous of being women. And I think that is so um prevalent and obvious in dating today.
Yeah. Like, because they're like, oh, girls have it so easy. Girls, it's so easy being a girl. Like,
It's so hard being a man because I'm expected to approach the woman, make the first move, but as soon as I approach the woman, oh my God, this will tie into the other thing that we were planning on talking about. Um, that every time we approach a woman, we're seen as like a creep.
It's like, well, how did
Don't
you approach her?
don't be
Yeah.
a creep. Boom. Like most of the time you are being a creep. That's why.
Yes. And know your league. Know that if you're nice and funny, you can do a couple steps above your league, right? If you're not a fucking creep.
Mhm.
If you're ugly and a creep and you're approaching a beautiful woman and then you're like, oh, all girls are the same. I can't find anyone.
Take a
Look
struggle.
look within.
Take a long, hard look in the mirror.
And within. Yes. You can't be ugly and a creep.
Go to the hairdresser.
True. Do
And
your
your
eyebrows.
shirt
Wash your armpits.
and your ass.
Smelling good is important.
Give me a vial of your perfume.
Ew.
Are you gonna?
No.
I think you
What the
should. I
hell?
think that's
Dude,
hilarious.
he asked for it like straight off my skin. I was like, what do you want me to like go? Yeah.
You get a spoon and you just like start like
It's like dead skin. No, I'm not giving anyone my DNA. No.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Also, it is creepy if you're a customer and a man and you ask the young female employee when she's scheduled next and when she works and what her schedule looks like.
I will lie to you.
Yeah. Also, I have a boyfriend.
Actually, schedule's not out yet. I don't know.
I got fired yesterday. I just showed up for the
Oh, I don't work here.
vibe. Wait, wait. I should do that. That's so good.
Yeah,
And then I can be mean because it's not like, I don't know,
I don't work.
customers. What?
Anyway, I was talking to my friend Maxwell
Shout out
about because he's really, how would you describe that situation?
your friendship with him
No,
or his.
his ability.
Max is, he's a good guy. He's easy to talk to. He doesn't make you feel like you're being preyed on. Damn, I'm kind of, don't listen, Max. This is going to be a little nice.
Maxwell, we're hanging out without you. Click off.
Um, but like, I don't know. He's a good guy. He pulls beautiful women. He
And at
pulled
first,
our beautiful friend Jordan.
your question is, how?
Well,
How is he doing this?
he's okay, guys. Molly and him have that relationship, but he's not ugly. He's not like an ogre. She just acts like he is. What? Oh my God, you are not pulling up a picture of him.
I'm not
No,
pulling up a pic-
Molly.
I'm not pulling up a picture of him.
You're pulling up a picture of his lookalike. Okay. He kind of looks like that, but it's just the eyes. He has
For
really
those
pretty eyes
for those on audio, look up Hal Hartley, the director.
of he's the director of Unbelievable Truth and Trust, and
We'll find out when they look him up.
you'll find out.
He also, it's confusing because he does look like this, but he also looks like that British guy from Love Actually, from
Oh, 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 Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant, a young Hugh Grant. He does. I've seen it. I actually tried to watch I tried to
Notting
watch
Hill.
Notting Hill, and I could not because I was like, ugh, it looks like Maxwell.
That's crazy. Hugh Grant is actually cute in that movie. Is Max single right now? Are we
Yeah.
hooking him up? Okay, hit him up, guys. He's hopping off the plane at LAX with a dream in his cardigan.
April 17th. Yeah. Um,
Oh yeah, sorry if that explains their dynamic, but now Molly's gonna.
so him and I were talking. Well, actually, Quinn and I were talking, and we were like, "How was he doing that?" And then I brought it up to Maxwell, and I was like, "Maxwell, how are you doing that?" And he was like, "That's so mean." Blah 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 blah. And then a few weeks later, I was talking to him about something a guy said to me, and he was like, "Well, remember that time that you guys were like, 'How are you doing that?'" He
Mhm.
was like, "It's really easy when you don't act like that." And I was like, "Oh,
It actually was something that never dawned on us.
we
Like,
didn't know.
oh,
We didn't know. We've never, it's never happened to us before
no.
where people don't act like that.
It's
Crazy."
like, what's the most romantic thing that's ever happened to you? And then they're like, it's NSFW. We can't even.
It's,
But it wasn't romantic. It was,
we're gonna get demonetized, so we can't say it.
we care about our monetization.
It
So
was not romantic, it was freak.
it was, yeah, it was freaky, which could be romantic, but like later down the line, buddy, like that was not the question. No.
I was like,
Um,
crazy definition of romantic.
and so if you said something like, what's the most romantic thing that ever happened to you to Max, he would probably answer with Ernest.
Yeah, I
I
don't
was
want
like, ew, that'd be kind of cringe.
to.
Anyway, irregardlessly. Sorry, April Fools. Um, where's my sticky note?
Um, we had another one.
Dramatic people? Did we talk about them enough?
I
We
know,
kind of,
but I have more to say if you want to.
okay. We'll touch back on that.
I don't know what it is right now, though.
Okay. Well, it'll happen naturally.
Hmm.
Conversationalists. You can be a chatty person and a terrible conversationalist. You can be a quiet person and an amazing conversationalist.
Hmm.
The biggest chatterboxes think they're really good at conversationalists, but they're actually just dr- grinding your stump down into nub territory. Is that a good analogy?
Yeah, actually. The chattiest people, they aren't good listeners, and that's what makes them bad conversationalists.
You have to have both.
A conversation is
Two-person party.
it goes both ways.
Hmm. It can be disproportionate depending on the circumstances.
Yeah,
Like if you
it's
have
not
a
always
story,
it's
yeah,
not always 50-50, but the yappers are 100-0,
yeah.
and that's crazy. And they always talk about things that you don't care about. I don't care.
Mhm.
And then half the time they're talking in circles. It's
Yep.
like, I'm like, dude.
Yeah. I only have so many. Damn. Yeah. Woof. But the thing with me as a listener is I ask questions back because I'm just to carry the conversation.
Yeah.
But like, I don't actually care. So, but that questions are so important to conversations. However, don't ask me a disingenuous question. That's gonna piss me the fuck off. Like, don't ask me a question if you don't actually care about my answer. And we're talking about like your deepest trauma, and you're like, so like, how many siblings do you have? Like, you don't care. You're not gonna remember. I know how your brother died, but you don't know what I majored in college? Sorry, that was really, really specific. That was really specific. That was really
Guys,
specific.
she's talking about someone in particular. We may
No,
say who.
I changed some elements of the story.
Oh, okay. He doesn't have a dead brother.
I changed who died. Yeah. Yeah.
Not anymore.
Um, and that's why Molly and I became friends, is because we realized, and I'm sure you guys have noticed this just from witnessing it, we're really good at talking
hmm
back and forth.
Quinn and I became friends because I went over to her apartment and Jordan knocked the fuck out. And Quinn and I stayed up until like 4 a.m. just like chatting on the couch.
Talking. Yeah. And then we didn't hang out for like 3 months after that.
Mm-mm.
But the bond
But the
was
bond
established.
was there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we were able to like pick up where we left off.
And then we had a fated road trip, and you guys, you should have been there. It was,
Mama bonded us.
it did. I cried in front of Molly. I still don't think we ever touched. We've probably never touched.
I don't think we've ever touched.
We've never touched. Wait, maybe like on a roller coaster sitting next to each other? No, they divide those seats. Maybe on the Hogwarts Express.
Our thighs have probably touched.
You might have, yeah. Don't don't get too excited, fellas, thinking about that. Sorry, I just made you think about it.
No, I'm just trying to think about if we've ever touched. We haven't. I don't think we ever have.
I don't think so.
That's funny.
Yeah, but yeah, those were dark days. It's weird. It's weird to go back to the place you left and see how you have changed. Nelson
Oh,
Mandela.
oh, oh.
What's your Abraham Lincoln quote?
If you eat a frog every day, if you start your morning by eating a frog, that's the worst thing that's gonna happen to you. Your day can
Unless
only
you get,
go up.
what if, well,
Unless you eat another frog for dinner. But like, why would you do that?
unless you get like
Well, I don't think Abraham Lincoln was like thinking that was gonna happen to him. He's
yeah,
like,
because white boy,
yeah,
fucking
God forbid a white boy catch a vibe.
4 score and 7 years ago. White boy caught a vibe. Except apparently he like wasn't that chill and he only like abolished slavery for like political gain,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think his wife might have been chill though.
So how was the rest of the play, Mrs. Lincoln?
What did she say?
I don't think she finished watching it. It's just...
I would, fuck. He's already gone, dude. Someone's gotta hold down the fort.
Gotta fill out my letterbox review.
Did she not become president? What the fuck? No, okay, I know the answer. Okay, okay, dude, I know the answer. I'm just saying, like, is that not the way it should work? If
The
the guy died?
wife? No.
Yeah, fuck.
It's the vice president. That's the whole
I
point
don't.
of that role.
She's the first lady.
No, because that's what if
That would be
that'd be a
England.
monarchy thing.
Yeah.
That can't work. Not
What
because
we got going on isn't working very well either, though.
don't even. Don't even.
All around me are familiar faces. Did you ever watch that video? It's like the guy going to work and he's like frowning and then he kills
Oh yeah.
himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Black Parade, Friday. You guys know what we're talking about.
They get it. Um, um,
All right, guys. So, with the remaining time that we have with you today, I want everyone to remember these takeaways. Don't make a big deal out of anything. If it
That's the
happens,
thing. If it happens 3 times or less, it's not that deep.
mhm.
I
Two.
also, okay,
Okay.
here's going.
No, you.
I also can't stand, this is just a
It's like, yeah.
prompted by something that happened to me recently. I can't stand people who, I can't stand people who are emotional. I can't stand people who are like, this really bothered me, or like, I'm blah, blah, blah. I need a week. Or like, they're postponing progress in the
Dealing with it.
situation, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. What?
You expect anything to be solved.
Yeah. You're just coddling yourself
You're just
into
gonna go cry in a hole for a week.
That's why I feel like taking a break in a relationship, like I wouldn't do that. Like just figure it out. Well, I don't
I
know though.
I also think that, well, I'm not one to be like, if you broke up, get back together. Because I'm like, if you broke up, you broke up. Like you didn't, at one point in time, you didn't like each other enough to break up.
Hmm. It's kind of just a word though. What does it even mean? I feel like when people break up, they're never actually broken up
Well, yeah,
until like they break up.
right, right,
Right.
right. That makes no sense. Anyway,
It made sense.
okay, that's what counts. Um, yeah, I don't know.
Like
Imagine us in relationships.
it's really hard, guys. Don't try. You might
Don't.
really strain the
You'll
muscles.
hurt yourself.
You'll hurt. But I don't know, like just like okay, imagine you get in a fight and your partner says something so cruel. Ooh,
And then
I was
what?
gonna be like, I don't know. I was gonna be like, would you forgive them? But I feel like I would be really mean too.
That's what I'm saying. One thing about me is if you are mean, I will be meaner.
Yeah.
So
Don't insult. Yeah.
don't insult
They're
me
about.
if you can't handle it. Like, I don't think that, yeah. But I'm also like, I also don't, I don't know. Because I'm also like, when I feel disrespected, I just, I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, I'm never gonna speak to you again. You know?
He's very able to do that me as well, but
Me as well.
me too. I am fine if you're like I'm fine saying nothing and never talking to you again.
I'm like, all right.
But
That's all I need to
like
know.
I
You
might
know?
think about you still. I think that's the difference. Well, no, I think you did too.
I
I
think
think you've
I do.
still got your yeah.
I definitely do.
But I don't need to fucking talk to you again. If you want to reach out and with something interesting to say, we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
It depends on how interesting it is.
Exactly.
And
Like, but
whether or
I
not I
also
reply.
I don't do you hold a grudge? Like, do you forgive if someone apologizes? I don't hold a grudge.
I think if someone apologizes, no. I don't forget though. I'm like a three strikes and you're out kind of person. I'm like, is this repetitive behavior? It's all about like sincerity, you know? Like you can apologize and not your behavior not change at all. And then I'm gonna be like,
Mm.
okay, well, then you're just an asshole and you think apologizing erases it. It doesn't.
I think a lot of people are like raised that way though. Like in their house. I mean, I my mom wasn't an apologizer, but I know other people who it's like sorry and then it's fixed. But
Yeah, I'd rather see like you fixing your
Change.
behavior before an apology. Like I don't care about the word as much as like I appreciate it, but I'm not like, oh my God, they never apologized.
What
As
even is the scenario here? Like, how badly does someone have to wrong you to have to apologize? I don't think I've
no,
ever
I
been
feel like I'm
wronged that
pretty
bad.
I feel like I'm pretty consistently wronged. And I'm like,
Okay.
eh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think I've been wronged a lot.
Situation. Yeah.
Um, but I'm also like, eh, it's the walk of life. I learned something in that situation. If they didn't, they will eventually. So,
Yeah, dude, I was hanging out with my coworker and she said like if you don't, you're gonna keep getting put into that situation until you learn how to handle it. And I was like, wait, I
remember,
never thought about that.
I literally explained this to you during that monologue that I went on in our fateful road trip.
Right.
Remember when I was all like, the walk of life?
She
It
monologued while
will.
I was like
It will.
sniffling on the couch.
It was a good one. I should
It
have written
was.
it
It
down.
was. It was what I needed. Yeah.
Um, I was like pulling shit out of my ass. I was like, how am
You
I
were
gonna come up with
cooking.
this?
It was you flipping pots and shit.
Um, yeah. Where I do believe like life will make you into the person that you're supposed to be, you know? Um,
Hmm.
and life is all about like gaining experience as a person so that you can approach your next situation with more
Hmm.
insight.
You're
And I
always going to be in situations, even if you try really hard to avoid it. Because I hate situations, they find you.
he's always in them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, life is like practice,
Yeah. Because that's it. It's like,
experiment.
and we're all living and we're all doing it for the first time.
Some of us
Bro,
are better
your
than
feet
others.
are out.
Sorry. Hopefully the foot fetishists
Dude,
left art.
that's gonna end up on Reddit.
No. See? Situation finding me.
Yeah. I also, I don't know. I'm a big fan of the frontal lobe developing. I'm a big fan of being mature.
I
And,
do think people say that so with finality though, and it's not like you're always still developing and losing, and it's
oh,
like
for
they're like,
sure.
oh, 26, it developed. You're
I
still a
do.
fucking idiot.
Yeah, you're still a kid. Like you're still gonna get
You're a
introduced.
kid until you're like 82,
Yeah.
literally.
Um,
But the frontal lobe,
yeah. I do think that there is like a flip. Something switches.
do you
It
think it
happened
already
to me.
happened for you? Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I think when I was like 20,
Yeah, I think I was
not
29.
to make it a competition, but
I think moving to London, like I thought it had switched, but then I
mhm.
moved to London and it switched some more. And I was like, whoa.
I think living alone and being alone for a second, like alone in your head,
Yeah.
something's gonna.
Are you gonna spit?
Wait, should I try to dead ass spit? Okay.